Yeah, you man, I'm about to go on an unstoppable streak. But yeah, today we reacted to my man Terra Green. I can't lie, Terra Green. That guy be coming up with some bullshit. I'll be real. But hey, today he's got 1,000 flies versus a Venus trap. And if you don't know, it's one of these right here. Look, pay attention to my mouse. This thing right here. I think these type of creatures are insane. It's very interesting, isn't it? So I wanted to watch and see what I want, but enough talking for me. I'm trying to watch this video.
This is 50
Let's watch what I
Venus
want.
flytrap plants. And in this video,
Couple
I'm gonna
50.
put 1,000 flies in the same container as them. Will the sheer number of flies trick the traps, causing them to close, or are the flies just simply cooked?
Yeah, I don't know, but that's why I bought this.
Bro, just imagine this guy just orders all of these insects online, bro, and then just delivers to his crib. Where these people find all these? God damn, bro.
This is 1,000 fly larvae.
Never be me,
yeah,
man.
might look extremely nasty, but over
Ugly
the
as
next week,
shit.
as long as I feed them food, they should all turn into flies so I can do this test.
So what
Huh?
As long as I feed them food, they should all turn into flies so I can do.
Am I bugging or these turn into flies? So swear on.
But over this is 1,000 fly larvae. Yeah, might look extremely nasty, but over the next week, as long as I feed them food, they should all turn into flies so I can do this.
Probably a low IQ moment from me, but don't hate on me, bro. I had zero clue. I'm still learning about my nature. I love Mother Nature.
Test.
So while we wait for these guys to turn into flies, obviously I have all of these Venus flytraps. But I also have tons of other carnivorous plants that you may have never even seen before. Meaning I'm gonna be able to do tons of different tests in this video. It's gonna be super cool.
And for test number 1, I want to show you guys the smallest Venus flytraps.
Now, you know it may sound stupid, but I promise you how they work and catch insects is actually really insane. Let me show you how they work.
Look at this shit,
Yeah,
bro.
it's not a joke how small these things are, because when compared to normal Venus flytraps, the jaws are about 10 times smaller. And in fact, they're kind of cute, to be honest.
But since these are minuscule, the normal prey I feed in my videos is not gonna cut it. Yeah, sorry cricket, you get to live another day. That's why instead I got literally the smallest thing available.
This guy's an actual goat. Fucking shut up. This guy's actually a goat. Like,
Halloween is the one night a year when a girl can dress like a total slut.
These are
yeah, this guy's actually a goat. How's he getting all these animals like? Where does this guy come from? You know what I mean?
pretty much
How is he doing this?
Animal. Because seriously, bro, how are you a fly that doesn't have the ability to fly? That doesn't make any sense. But anyway,
Like the type of content creation it goes into depth with this, yeah, it's so interesting, bro. That's why he's one of the best.
Traps in the testing enclosure. Then I put one of these flies inside.
I paused it at least 7 times. I'm not gonna pause it anymore, guys.
This
Don't
fly
worry.
didn't waste any time because it immediately walked straight up to one of the Venus flytrap pots and then started to walk all over the tops of the jaws.
Oh, yep.
Absolutely risking his life. We already know this, but normal Venus flytraps work by having these super tiny trigger hairs inside of them that when a bug or something touches them, it snaps shut. But these traps are obviously the smallest in the world. Because of that, they have extremely small trigger hairs. And I'm talking so small that if I zoom in like 100x on this footage, they're so thin, my camera can't
Bro, that is so mad. Like, you just think they're just plants, just there for no reason. These guys actually have a life, bro. You know what? Like, these men could actually be living like us, just in their form. You know what I mean? They're probably chatting. Now, they're all young G's chatting in the playground.
I guess the trigger hairs were quite literally so thin that every time this flightless fruit fly walked inside the jaw of a trap, the jaw didn't close at all, and the fly was able to just walk out. I mean, it kind of makes sense. These flightless fruit flies weigh about 0.0003 grams. So yeah, I guess the traps quite literally can't be triggered by how light their weight is.
Yeah, clearly the fruit flies aren't gonna work. So instead, I got the world's smallest cricket instead to test. Let's see if this works any better.
Boy, let me just tell you, things were a lot more
man.
interesting this time around. Because once again, the cricket walked straight up to one of the trap pots and started climbing all over the tops once again. But this time, quite literally within 30 seconds, the cricket happened to put his face up to the lip of one of the Venus flytraps. You may also already know this, this, but these plants produce a special kind of nectar around the lips of their jaws to lure insects in like this cricket. And you can see it was working pretty well because this cricket was just absolutely slurping this nectar up. But he was getting a bit too distracted because he then stepped into the trap, probably stepping on the micro trigger hairs, which then caused the jaws of it to close. But the cricket was too fast and he was barely able to make it out.
Oh my days, you lucky motherfucker. You see how interesting nature is too? How? What makes them get that? To trick the crickets and that? What? They just naturally see God. God does some amazing thing, bro.
Like, dang, that was a close call, but you can see how quickly that can all happen. And yeah, don't worry guys, because there's only a few minutes later when the cricket did the same exact thing. He walked up to another jaw, walked straight into it.
He doesn't give a flying toss, bro.
Closed on him while he was starting to walk out, leaving half of his body now sticking out of the trap. Even though these are the smallest Venus flytraps in the world, they trap insects nearly just as well as the fully grown ones. It's pretty interesting. And yeah, while I wait for those 1,000 flies to hatch so we can do the final test, in the meantime, I want to show you some other insane carnivorous plants that you may have never seen before, with the second one being sundews.
Yep, everyone knows what Venus flytraps are, but not everyone knows what a sundew is, but they're actually pretty cool. Let me show
you. See what I mean? What the fuck is that, bro? What is that? It's so butters, like. Look at all them whole round shits. Ugh, my nigga. Come on. Who create? I've never seen that in my life.
Like flytraps, sundews are also a carnivorous plant. Except instead of having jaws, it has these long stems with these little red hairs on the top of them. But on each of these little red hairs is a special kind of sticky glue it produces that will make it so when a fly or any other insect touches it, it gets permanently stuck because of how sticky it is.
And when an insect gets stuck on here, the trap does something insane to be able to consume the insect.
Look at
I'll
that,
show you very soon when it obviously traps an insect.
So yeah, I got multiple of these sundew plants, and I even got this slightly different kind of sundew called an octopus plant. That will be cool to see if this can catch any insects as well. So let's get these in the testing chamber.
And for this,
the best one so far is obviously the original about the Venus trap thing, innit? I think it's called Venus trap. Right. This shit's boring, bro. We need the 1,000 flies. I'm trying to see. I came here to see the 1,000 flies, bro. I'm giving you like 2 more minutes before I skip.
I think I'll be using a cricket once again because they're literally perfect. They can just climb up the side of the stems and yeah, just get stuck. This should be fun to watch. Let's put this dude inside.
Let's see what
yeah, once again, I just started with one of these guys, but if this guy gets caught fast, I'll be adding way more inside of here. Anyways, so this cricket for the first minute kind of just wandered around the walls of the enclosure, but it wasn't long until he started heading towards the sundews. Now you see the sticky glue that this plant produces is actually a type of nectar, which smells and tastes great to the insects. So yeah, just like how Venus flytraps lure insects in with their nectar, these traps do the same thing, because this cricket then decided to start climbing up the stem. The only thing is though that he ended up stopping right before the sticky part, and that's actually because of his antenna. You see, crickets have these pretty long antennas that help them navigate and detect danger before running into it. And this guy's antenna actually ended up getting stuck in the sticky nectar part. But using its mouth, it was able to pull the antenna back and then started to lick all the nectar.
Nah, that is cold, bro. That is fucking hard, man. What? I thought it was dumb as shit. Like, could they just run into anything cluelessly, right? But man said he felt the stickiness. They have those 2 senses to sense danger. That's actually cold, bro. But they ain't sensing my feet if they get stomped on, innit?
Yeah, and I'm not kidding. This cricket really just sat here for like 30 minutes, constantly licking his antenna, then putting it back into the sticky nectar, and then licking it back up.
That's pretty cool, though.
Outsmarting this carnivorous plant and just getting its nectar for free. So I'm not gonna lie, I just tried to push him towards it with my tweezers, since he clearly wasn't gonna do it on his own. And yeah, he just kind of ended up falling off.
Yo, what the heck? I was just trying to record that cricket.
Alright, bro. We're not getting to the point. We're not getting to the 1,000 flies. What's going on? This is rage bait, innit? Hold on, let's just skip. Let me just see this cool bar if there is, please, bro.
Plans to show you.
Fucking ads, bro.
Guys, exactly how cool sundews really are, because obviously now you can see the sticky parts of the plants are just completely covered in flightless fruit flies. Now if you're wondering how this plant actually eats the flies,
alright, we'll get into the plants, guys. No, come on, bro. Come on, big bro. Let's get to the point. Let's get to the 1,000 flies. Let's skip right over here, man. Let's go. Come on. Best part, man. Come on, man.
To see who wins.
No edits in my shit. Pure realism. Everything you see is real. The way I'm talking is real. There's gonna be no edits. If I fuck up, I fuck up. It's my fault.
Start very simple though, with 5 Venus flytraps versus a single fly. And let's see if this fly can get trapped in under a minute. Now I know you may be thinking, bruh, Terra Green, I don't care about one fly, this is boring. Well, don't worry, because this literally only lasted like 20 seconds. Because immediately this fly started to crawl up the side of a pot, and of course he made his way immediately into a jar, triggered one of the hairs, and it closed directly up. Yep, flies are basically the one thing Venus flytraps are the best at catching. I mean, they're called Venus flytraps for a reason.
Come here. He's like, where you going? Man pressed the sensors like, yep, got your bitch ass, man. He's paying bills already, bro. Look at him. He's enjoyed his day. He's got his meal. They don't even move. Well, they do, but like, my man's just chilling. He's paid his bills and he's gone about his day.
Anyways, I got the tank where the final test will be taking place, right here, obviously. And on top, there is a box that I want to show you. There is something really cool in this box. It's these 2 little drawstring bags.
As you can see, they say Terra Pals on them. And that's because Terra Pals is what I'm calling my brand new line of...
God, this guy, man. Did this guy just clickbait with an ad, bro? Come on, man. You see with the skip though, you see my skips?
I didn't waste any time. I just got out the flies that I've been hatching, and I put them straight into this enclosure so we could get this final test started. Quickly, I removed the lid and started the timer. Let the test begin. Now, immediately, a couple of the flies started to fly out of the container, and others started to walk out of the sides. Now, there was something weird though, because while the container had a decent amount of movement in it, only like 10 of the flies were actually leaving the container over the 4-hour time lapse here. Yeah, basically all the flies were staying in there. So I decided to just take the paper towel out that they were all on and tried to just shake off as many as I could on the Venus fly traps. And obviously, this meant that a few of the flies were now scattered all over the traps and were actually starting to get trapped. But most of them were just being super inactive, barely moving, and not flying. I guess because they were just newly hatched flies, and it takes a while.
Not getting clickbait, man.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, guys. This is kind of a fail. Basically, none of the flies are flying around, and I don't think I'm gonna be able to finish this.
But don't worry, because my YouTube friend Flytrap Films recorded a test with an insane amount of flies, super similar to this, and he wanted me to show you it. In it, you can see he has a Venus flytrap plant out, and also a bunch of rotten meat in order to attract the flies. Yeah, and it worked really well.
Oh shit!
Instantly, tons of flies started to gather around these plants, and you guessed it, started to get trapped. I mean, when you have this many flies, it's a given that tons are just gonna get trapped right away. And what's so crazy is that sometimes so many would gather on some of the jaws before they close, causing up to 6 flies to get trapped in the same jaw at the same time.
That looks fucking disgusting, bro. Fuck, man. Oh, man. These are the ones that fly on shit and that. God damn, bro.
What?
Ugly.
Flytrap Films himself has said that this is the most flies he's ever seen get caught at once. Also, some bonus footage for you guys. Hey, you remember those pitcher plants from earlier? Flytrap Films also did the same test with a massive pitcher plant to show you guys how effective these things are at catching flying insects. And this plant literally just looks like a vacuum cleaner sucking up all the flies. Which in a way, it kind of is. Every time a flying insect flaps its wings above the opening in this plant, it creates a weird kind of vacuum effect with the wind, causing the bug to actually get pulled down into
nature is beautiful, blood.
This thing just caught so many flies.
Oh, ref, man. What am I seeing, bro? Get out of my screen, bro.
Overflow. That's probably the craziest performance from a carnivorous plant that I have ever seen. Thank you, Flytrap Films, for letting me show you this footage. Make sure to check out more of his videos, guys, if you want to see more like this. His content is so cool.
Anyways, hopefully you guys learned something new about carnivorous plants.
It's fucking disgusting. Seeing bare legs and shit.
In this video. And remember, guys, check out the brand new Terra.
Nah, don't clickbait me now. I can't lie, that was a great video. Great first video. I'm going on an all-time streak. I don't care this time. I need loads of reaction videos. I'm gonna find myself. There's gonna be a couple people watching here and there. That doesn't matter. It just matters about the progress. It matters. I'm gonna try to do before the end of the year at least like 30. That's too small. But however much, I don't give a shit. I'm gonna try. But I appreciate watching. It's not the first one. Gonna be more. Like, subscribe, show some love to the community. You know what I'm saying? And I'm always gonna do more. You feel me? I'm always gonna improve my videos, especially. So,
limited plushies that just
hey, I'm still my mom, man. Raw NK here. Appreciate. Hey, come on the screen. See you in a bit, man. Do that again. See you in a bit, man.